Give it up for Mr. Tom Truong.
Guys, I'm behind every successful guy is. I could not do this without 25 years we've been married. And then 7 before that. So that's 32 years of commitment. All right. You guys, my daughter Chloe, stand up, sweetheart. She's been working the AV behind there for us. What do you think? 15 years old. Marissa's going to speak with you for about 2 minutes or so, then I'll go from there.
Welcome, everybody, to Houston. So we're still kind of getting to know each other. We're still in that dating phase right now after 32 years. But I did want to share with you a very quick story. Prior to EXP, Tom and I were doing very well as realtors in Boston. We worked as a team. We have for over 15 years. And he decided that he was going to run for the president of a nonprofit, which would involve him traveling at least 250 out of 365 days a year. And I said, okay, this is your passion, but we're not going to get paid. We were about to have a girl, our older daughter, is a freshman at UCLA. I don't know if you guys know this, but out-of-state tuition is over $70,000 a year. And you are going to step back from our business because he's always been the rainmaker to go give back to the Asian American real estate community. Travel that much. How can you do real estate business, residential real estate, without being present within your community? You want to do this. How are we going to support ourselves? We have another daughter that's 15 and in high school. Somebody's got to be home with her. Am I going to take the reins of our business? Then Tracy and Scott Lewis presented Tom with the idea. And he came back that day and said, I found our answer. I have to tell you that we travel now as a family. Chloe goes with us wherever we go. We homeschool her so that she has the ability to see all different parts of the country, meet some amazing real estate professionals. And I think in May, we're heading to Russia. From here, we go to Chicago, then Boston, then Florida, and that's all in the next 60 to 90 days. So this business is our reason why. It's how we have the lifestyle that we have. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Enjoy your time.
She's awesome. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of my story. And on your bot, there's more of a video that if you have time on the plane ride home today, watch that video. Tells you a little bit more about how I give back to our community. And I believe firmly that when you do well, you've got to do good. You've got to give back to your community, yes? And this business gives us that ability to do good, to give back. I got some heavy stuff for you, and I'm going to keep it light, sort of, as well, okay? So yesterday, who enjoyed Tony Jerry? Wow. I don't have any books to give out, right? I'm not going to give any dollar bills, but I'm going to give you something else. Chloe, can you cue up that picture? Remember when he showed us that video about people follow? Go ahead and pull up this video. So last night a bunch of us were drinking, we're having a good time, and we're going up to our room, and we walked into the elevator. And there's one guest who's standing in the elevator already. So, of course, he's standing this way. We all walk in. We go like this. And guess what? He turned around. It was awesome. Who was there? Woo! It works. When you believe in what you're doing, when you believe in this business, and you do it with conviction, people will follow you. You're going to do it anyhow, right? When I got in this business, my business partner of 14 years said, no, Tom, I'm not. Keller Williams is the best company out there. He had his mind set after we sold our business, right? We had a non-compete that lasted 2 years. That non-compete came up. We stayed with the same company, and he always said, if we ever leave, we're going to go to that KW company, right? And I said, yeah, that makes sense. It's the best company. We love KW. But then when you see something like this that's radically changing the face of real estate, and we aren't just helping ourselves, and we can help everybody else, like Brent Gove has helped 4,000 plus people, how can you not do it? Right? How can you not do this thing? So we're at 32, 33 as of today, 207 in one short year. One short year. And I'll tell you a little funny story here. So at my lunch and learns, this is off the record. Tracy was in San Diego with us, and we did a lunch and learn, and we packed the house for about 60 agents. And I opened up my lunch and learn. I'm saying, we're going to share with you a business opportunity. And in the end, I'm going to ask you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in terms of getting started right now? And most of you in this audience, if I do a good job of presenting, will be a 7 or an 8. Some might be a 9. And then your job is to get back to the person who introduced you to this business and get your questions answered. You go from a 7, 8, 9 to a 10. Yep. So you line it up right at the beginning. And we do this on the Tuesday executive overview, and we do it on the Sunday executive overview. If you guys aren't leveraging that, you're missing out. We got the best of the best speakers: Kyle Handy, Curtis Dixon, Scott Lewis, Pat Hayes, right? Dick Lee, Don Choi. We're all doing this. We're helping you build this business. So at the end of the lunch and learn, I always ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in terms of getting started right now? And I plant the guy in San Diego. He jumps up, 12! Boom, we signed up a few agents that day. But it's belief. Where's that picture, Chloe? It's okay, honey. So when she pulls up the picture, it's really funny. All right. My mom is my inspiration. At any point in time, all of us were 3 feet, 3.5 feet tall. I remember at that point I was 3.5 feet tall. I was a little kid in school and the shortest kid in school. And I got picked on. I didn't know English very well because I came here as an immigrant. You're talking about burning the boats. My mom burned the boats. April 30th, 1975, we did well in Vietnam. But when North Vietnam took over and the U.S. evacuated South Vietnam, so did my family. She had about 4 or 5 days notice that the country is falling. And everything that my parents built, gone. You can't walk into a bank and cash your checks. You can't take anything away. You can't sell real estate. You can't do anything. And so that day, on April 30th, my mom, with 6 kids, I have 8 brothers and sisters, by the way, and she and 6 of the youngest ones got on a boat, and we left for America. We left for a new country, for the land of opportunity. Right? By the way, my 2 older brothers had tried to leave 2 times before us. We had 4 or 5 days notice. And the first 2 times, we couldn't get out. And so on the 3rd time, they said, we're not going to get out. We're not going to go with you. So they didn't listen, and they got stuck behind. That inspiration, my mom said, when I had challenges in school, she goes, Tom, you might be 3 feet and 6 inches tall on the outside, but you are 7 feet tall on the inside every day of the week. Yes? 7 feet tall. Doesn't matter what's outside, it's what's in here. So when you share the program, just share from the heart. Share on why you are changing your life and how they might also be able to change their life. And those are really meaningful conversations when you get down deep, right? Brent says he doesn't cold call anybody, nor do I. Now, have I sponsored people who I didn't know a month ago or 2 months ago? Yes. but I've made a friend on Facebook. I've made a friend on LinkedIn. When I have that first phone conversation with them, it's all about them. Tell me about your business. Tell me, how long have you been in this business? And how is it going for you? Do you have a vehicle to achieve your dreams? How did it go last year? How did 2018 go for you? And how is it going to go for you in 2019? Do you have the tools, the training, the support, the leadership, the system, the know-how to get it done? If you do, tell me about it. I'd like to learn from you. But most of the time, at some point in time, that conversation flips. And when it flips, that's when you get to share. And your job, guys, when you're out there to share this business, is to make sure that they truly understand this business. I don't recruit anybody, and nor should you. Your job is to share, and if they truly understand, you ask them questions. Well, let me understand. If you really understand this business, tell me how revenue share works. You don't understand how revenue share works. If you truly understand it, if you really understood the program, tell me how KV Core works. Do you know how to generate more leads than you can humanly handle? You can't? Are you sure you paid attention? When Scott and Tracy Lewis called me, I was happy. We were rocking and rolling. We'd sold our agency 3 years prior. We finished our earnout. We got paid handsomely, 4.2 times profitability for our agency, when most agencies in America don't sell for anything, right? And we had built enough where we really didn't have to work anymore. So when they called, I actually said no a couple of times. And then Tracy Lewis, in her infinite wisdom, says, Tom, do you know what you are saying no to? Amazing question. Write that down. Do you know what you're saying no to? She got me. I watched that video. I remember clearly on a Friday evening. Usually I crack open a beer and I watch some TV. It's my downtime because I run all week. And this time I decided not to watch TV, and I watched that video. Finished watching the video. I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I don't think this is real. I called Marissa. Marissa, come here and sit down at the couch. Let's watch this video together. We watched the video. And then she proceeds to go to bed, and I watch it again. 3 times in one night. I wrote down all of my questions. I start texting Scott at 7 a.m. my time. I couldn't sleep that night. 7 a.m. in Boston is 6 a.m. San Antonio time. And when he didn't answer, I called him. So he picks up the phone and says, Tom, I'm just getting up. Let me get a cup of coffee. I'll call you back. Saturday and Sunday, I grilled him with all those questions. And then I said, I want to meet some other people. And lucky me, he was able to pull out Jason Gessing and meet with Jason Gessing. Right? I traveled 2 hours to meet Jason and asked Jason the same hard questions I asked Scott. And that day, December 17th, I shook Jason's hand. I said, I'm in. I had never switched. 9 years building a business, 4 more years with the same company. Got recruited by everybody. When my non-compete was up, everybody came knocking. Here's a region for you. Here's a franchise. Here's a territory. Here's equity. Here's 6-figure salary. Here's a company car. Here's an expense. I said no to all of them. Until what you have in front of your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Run with that, right? Are you playing to win? Are you playing not to lose? Did you burn the bridges? Did you burn the boats? All right? Are you playing to win? Or are you playing not to lose? When you make that decision to play to win, your business will change. I'm telling you, okay? Give you an example, back to my mom. So I'm growing up, probably 12 years old. I'm looking at high school and had learned English now for 4 or 5 years. And in Boston, the best public school is Boston Latin School. It still ranks very high across the nation today. And here's this little immigrant kid, and in her wisdom, she basically makes me take a bus to a train to another bus to go to this school called Martin Luther King School that has a preparatory course to get into Boston Latin School. So I traveled an hour and 40 minutes every day, each way, to go to school as a kid. I hated it. But my mom set me up to win. I got in. Lots of applicants, but I got in. And I wasn't the best student. As a matter of fact, the first year I got kept back. And that's okay, right? We have failures in life. But you get up and you do it over and over again. And it's knowing her story, knowing that she left everything behind, says that I could not fail. Right? You got to win no matter what. When I got to college, got involved with organizations. And I started the Asian Students Association. Not only did I start that, but I played to win. I'm going to be president of that organization. And we grew, and it's still there today. All right? When I got my first job, before even the job, the internship, I worked my tail off. My mom says, show up early, be the first one to show up, and the last one to leave. This is an intern. And that's what I did. If the boss came in at 8 o'clock, I was there at 7:45. If the boss left at 6 o'clock, I left at 6:05, or I walked out the door with him. Even if there was nothing to do, I'm just going to sit there and what else can I do? Tell me what else can I do? In this business, are you guys planning to win? Are you leveraging all the data, all of the information, everything that's possible for you to build a massive business? Are you guys inside team disruptors and combing through all the files, watching all the videos? I watch videos in the shower. I do. When I built my home, I had a little nook and cranny inside the shower so it protects my phone, and that's 10 minutes a day, 70 minutes a week, times 365. Don't tell me you don't have time. Right? Don't tell me you don't have time. People ask me, how do I do everything? Well, when the alarm goes off, and I don't wake up to alarms anymore, right? I just naturally wake up. It's just a thing. But for those who set an alarm, when the alarm goes off, do you roll out or do you roll over? Think about that. Roll out. If you decide to roll over, set the alarm for another 7 minutes tomorrow and roll out. You start your day with procrastination. Why? Have an extra 7 minutes of sleep then. Does that make sense? Woo! How's it going, guys? Do you want to leave a legacy? Do you want to leave a legacy? If you don't, you can go to any real estate company. We learned that yesterday, right? I love that line. If you just want to sell houses, pretty much most companies across America, you can negotiate, and you're just a few $1,000s off. But where else can you go and leave and build and leave a legacy? Guys, you can do it here. You can do it now. Not tomorrow. You can start today to leave a legacy. My goal on my mom's deathbed, well, the goal that she set for me, she says, Tom, before you leave this world, help 100 people so that When they are there, they're going to say, you helped them. I reset my goals this year. I'm going for 1,000, baby. Set goals so big that they scare you. My goals scare me. I was at breakfast with one of the, Michelle. With Michelle. How do you start your day? And I didn't answer the question. My daughter Chloe answered the question. Because she knows what I do. It's built in. The first thing I do is, after breakfast, after coffee, whatever, I am making calls. I'm building relationships to new folks, to new agents. Come hell or high water, before my head hits that pillow, if I haven't talked to 10 people in a day, I'm not happy about it. I don't feel good about it. Right? So just make sure that you really spend some time doing that. Okay. What is the best business opportunity ever? Not just real estate, but all businesses. I've been a serial entrepreneur all my life. I lied when I was 12 years old that I was 14 so I could get a paper route. Right? When the Girl Scouts came knocking on my mom's door to sell Girl Scout cookies, I said I can bake cookies and compete with them and make money. And I did that. And I commissioned my friends, my sister, and I baked cookies, and I went door to door, and I sold cookies. What's that? That's right, baby. Right? You guys have an amazing opportunity here. Don't squander it away. No what? No squatters. Yes? Love that. Why would you not make the best of every single day of your life? Every day you get to start over. For those of you who've in the audience who've been in the business now 6 months, a year and a half, and you really haven't burned the bridges and go all in, you can rewrite the book. You can say, today is the day I got started. And then you can tell your next 90-day story. No one's going to know the difference. Just wipe the slate clean and start over today. Is that possible, guys? Yes. It's totally possible, right? Okay. Close your eyes for a second, please. Close your eyes and think back when you were a kid. What did you dream about? Did you dream about being an astronaut and going to the moon? Did you dream about being the president of the United States? Did you dream about traveling the world and giving back to the Red Cross? Did you dream about being a great parent? Did you dream about the love of your life that you haven't met yet, that you're going to fall in love and do great things together? Just dream, because when was the last time you really dreamt? Most of us don't dream big anymore because we don't have the vehicle. We don't have a way. We don't believe in ourselves anymore. And I'm telling you, dream big. Set goals that are so high. You can open your eyes now. You can set goals that are so high that they scare you. And then you're going to get back to the person who brought you into this business, and you're going to ask him, can I do this? And will you help me? Right? Because you're not in this thing alone. Who feels like they're in this business alone? Who feels like you've got all the support in the world? Right? So how can you fail? I'll leave you one. I'm going to cut my time a little bit because I want to get into team building exercises. And then I'd like to see if we have some time when we regroup before lunch to do some Q&As. We've been up here talking with you, and I'd love to have you ask us questions because I'm not sure if that's in the program, but I think I'd like to do that so that if you have objections, you have questions and stuff, I want you to we'll be able to help you answer those questions right off the cuff. Right? We'll bring some leaders up here and we'll just do rapid fire Q&A. Would you guys like that? Okay. When I ran for president for the Asian Real Estate Association of America, Marissa was explaining that, it was scary. Because I don't get paid a dime. Zero. Yes, they cover my travel and they cover my hotels, but outside of that, my business goes kaput. Right? So, but my mom said, how many people does she want me to help? Okay. This organization is 17,000 members strong, 39 chapters across America and Canada, and we're there to promote sustainable home ownership in the AAPI community, in the Asian American Pacific Islander community. And we're there to network and connect with one another, to teach each other how to become better real estate professionals and to give back to our communities. That mission rings very well with me. And by the way, all of you can become members. areaa.org. Tracy and Scott are members. A lot of people in this room are members, right? 40% of our membership is looking like this audience. You don't have to be Asian American to do that. Just want to be able to give back to your community. So when I ran for that position, it was competitive. I had 3 other competitors. The scariest part was not whether I was going to win or not. I actually hoped that I was going to. I play to win. I always play to win. But the scariest part is how will I be able to put my daughter through college? I knew she was applying for all these Ivy Leagues, all these major schools that I knew if she didn't go to Boston, to UMass Amherst, the best state school, that I'm looking at $60,000, $70,000 a year, plus travel, plus food, plus everything. That's $250,000 a year. Now, did we have it in the equity of our properties? Yes, we had that. But still, that means you go backwards. All right? And a lot of people don't know this, but I filed bankruptcy way back when. And it's okay. I filed bankruptcy because I was flipping houses, I was doing extremely well. House after house. This is a young kid graduating from college and paid off my school debts in 2 to 3 years. And then within 10 years, accumulated about $250,000 in equity that I started flipping houses with, right? And then in 2005 or 2006, I doubled down. Not only did I double down my 250, I went out and I raised another $3.5 million from friends and family and my business associates to do a big real estate development. It was right before the crash. 2 of my mentors said, Tom, we're not in on this one. And as a matter of fact, we don't think you should double down or triple down. 12 others said, let's do this. We're killing it. So we did it. And I should have listened to my 2 mentors. That's the underlining message here. You have mentors in this room who only have your best interest at hand. But I listened to others who really weren't as close to me. Don't let that noise get to you. So I bought the Archdiocese of Boston. Basically, we're going through some lawsuits. They had sexual harassment cases, and they had to liquidate some property. And I went out and I bought 7 properties from the Archdiocese. It was a $4 million deal. We basically paid a lot of it with cash. We're going to do some renovations and turn them into condominiums. So we got 7 buildings. We got through 4 buildings. Did very well. Hit my numbers, hit my numbers, hit my numbers. We started doing the fifth building, and one day I put in a request for a construction draw. Silence. Contractors are knocking on my door. We got to get paid. We got to get paid. Monday comes, no answer. They're knocking on my door. Friday comes, no answer. They're like at my doorstep at home saying, "Where's my money?" And I said, "The construction line, I don't know why they're not calling." Finally, I drive to the loan officer's house, and he goes, "Tom, we just got the F, thank you, shut us down. They froze our line of credit. We're going bankrupt." The bank, not me, the bank went bankrupt. They're under receivership. I lost everything. I lost my $250,000, and I was the front guy of the project. I filed bankruptcy to protect everybody else. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Because I took that hit and because I was very honest with the banks, and they said, "Tom, it wasn't your fault, but we can't fund these projects anymore." Right? We advise you just to file to protect your home. So I started from zero again. The light at the end of the tunnel is 7 to 8 short years later, that 250 is now 2.5 million. The message is you can start over today. I've said that 3 times. I don't care where you are. You can start over today and make your life the life you've always dreamt of. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Woo! All right.